Chat, we are looking at the new features in 2K25. Now, since everybody in the community getting to show their footage, let's actually take a look at what we think about 2K25. Main thing I want to focus on is the dribbling, because that was the big selling point of this year's 2K. They got all new go-to moves. Let's see how it's implemented into the game. Right now, we're looking at Trae Young. Let's see him. See, this is what I'm talking about right here. This is the stuff I'm talking about. That's a carry, and that shouldn't even be in the game. But hey, at least we get to get creative with the way we score this year. That is sick. I don't know how you're going to be able to guard this at all. The big selling point of this year 2K, you can cancel out of any move and continue your dribble. That's why that's possible. They added the whole new go-to move, and at any time you want to hit a go-to move, you cancel out of it. That's why Trae Young is able to carry the ball around his back, because you can cancel out of literally anything. That's what this clip is showing you. The new features of the game is so you could cancel moves more than you ever could, and this is even a carry, but at least you get to have fun and be creative. Now I'm about to show y'all another clip of the dribble cancel. LaMelo got the ball against the CPU. Let's see what he get into. Okay. Step back, and there go the cancel right there. That wasn't possible in other 2Ks. You could always cancel this hezzy, but you couldn't launch forward like this past your defender. So yeah, it's looking like a broken mechanic that could get you easy points. Yeah, but we just gonna have to have a game ourselves to really see how experimental and crazy we could get with this. Look at Maxey. Cross, step back. And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. Yeah, that move looked nice. Good, he hits the jump shot. Yeah, I see the selling point on these go-to moves. They look nice. I see why they made a big deal about they added go-to, because now it's clean. That's clean isolation basketball. Now let's see a complete montage of just go-to moves. I like the way Curry just canceled that already. That cancel right there hard. This is nice. So have self lobs in the game.
Check this out. Even though there are people in the way, I get past Kyrie and throw it over Gafford's head and get the most ridiculous self lob you've ever seen in your life, bro. I mean, my God, I'm turning this one into YouTube Shorts, TikTok,
that's crazy.
All that.
That's crazy.
This is the most banger clip.
That's
of the whole
actually
day,
so cool. You could throw self lobs.
So you get the kind of blow by Kyrie, but you know you would have still got bodied up a little bit because he's on your left. So the self lob throws it over Gafford's head into the left of him, and I get the blow by on Kyrie because of it. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, bro, is this going to be an actual good thing to do in 5 out? Because think about this in terms of like...
He trying to create a scenario, but this is a very cool move. I think it's nice. The only reason this is possible now, because they made alley-oops and self-lobs its own button. Instead of self-lob being the same as an alley-oop, they separated the button, because sometimes you'll be trying to throw the ball to your teammate and you end up throwing the ball to yourself. So they separated the button.
LeBron's step back is back in NBA 2K25. Trae Young escape is back in NBA 2K25.
Mike Wang just tweeted that the LeBron step back ain't in the game. Some of these moves have been removed.
Takeover has been completely revamped in NBA 2K25. From how fast you get it all the way to losing takeover if you miss a single shot. Dunk meter has had some minor changes, including when you should start the dunk meter animation for the best results. If you think 6'8" builds are going to be too slow and too big to be viable, you are 100% wrong. Mainly because Giannis Antetokounmpo moving crossover will absolutely be feeding slashers families all year long. And finally, there are brand new badges in NBA 2K25, including one specific shooting badge that is the most overpowered badge I have ever seen. And no, it's not Legend Limitless Reign. You just learned 10 things about NBA 2K25 in less than a minute. Imagine how much you learn if you watch the whole video.
I don't know what's going on in this video, but listen, man, this game, I don't have high hopes for it because 24 people really was excited for and it let them down. I'm just trying to see what the gameplay hitting for. I ain't got no expectations going into this. I just want to play some basketball. People get bored of these games after 2 months. I'm just trying to enjoy what we got the first couple days. I'm not trying to think too much about the game. Just see what I get and make things happen.
All you need to do to get takeover is make 3 to 4 shots, and then from that point on, you'd have takeover for a predetermined amount of time. That is not how it works at all in NBA 2K25. First off, it takes forever to get takeover this year. To give you an example, it took Steph Curry 42 points, aka 14 3-pointers, to finally get takeover. Now the good news about this is that it seems that this is only a quick play feature, because in 3v3 park gameplay, we were able to see people get takeover at the 17-point mark without even scoring the majority of the points with that player. But regardless, 42
I am not gonna lie to y'all.
point mark.
This court looks gigantic. He is in an island by himself.
Because in
The spacing on this court is crazy.
3v3 park gameplay, we were able to see people get takeover at the 17-point mark without even scoring the majority of the points with that player. But regardless, 42 points was insane to me, especially considering I was shooting threes, and usually when you do what the player is meant to do, your takeover shoots up. But that just wasn't the case. And you know what's crazy? That's not even the significant change. The major change in takeover is that once you get takeover, you can literally lose it instantly if you miss your first shot. If you get a turnover, if you throw a bad pass, if you do anything that would negatively affect your takeover, you can lose takeover even when it's activated. Now, do you lose your entire takeover meter that took you forever to build up just because you made one mistake? No, that's also not how it works. Instead of losing your entire takeover meter when you make a mistake, it will just drop to the point right before you had takeover. So if you do something positive again, you will gain takeover again. The best way I can describe takeover this year is a heat check badge in NBA 2K24 that you can gain and lose repeatedly. So obviously y'all already know that takeover is split into 5 levels, and then you get your takeover ability. As you do good things in the game, you will level it up all the way from level 0 to level 5.
Yeah, man, I don't know. The takeover, that sound corny. It is what it is, though. I don't really care. It gives you a boost to attributes periodically throughout the game, but yeah, sounds like something.
Opposite side, literally any dribble animation from De'Aaron Fox is goated. You can just instantly see that when he's dribbling, it looks way more fluent than any other NBA player in the entire game. And finally, the dribble move that I predict will save 6'6" and taller builds this year is the Giannis Antetokounmpo moving crossover. I'm not even trolling, I will be so surprised if there's even one crossover better than this crossover at launch. I tested out hundreds of NBA players during my time with this quick play footage, and not a single one came even close to competing with the explosiveness you get out of this moving crossover.
That's disgusting. I hate video games. This shit ass.
You literally just fly through the paint and it crosses over to the opposite ball hand.
It's not even exciting. That's just that Magic Johnson crossover people were spamming. God damn it, man. Now the game ass again. I'm not excited for none of this, man. The community be born. 2K adds all these little dancy moves into your jump shot, help you create separation. They made it easier for you to get little tricky combos into an open jumper, and people would still just spam one little crossover to get around each other. The community be dog shit. I hate the community so much. It ruins half of the game. Everybody try to make the same build and exploit the same moves. It ain't that serious to win these dumbass games. This shit be ass.
Well, first, in NBA 2K24, technically these were possible.
Yeah,
but they were a combination of breakdown dribbles and different types of advanced shots like step-back jumpers. In NBA 2K25, all you have to do is hold up on the right stick, making it way more accessible for different users who do not want to deal with complicated controls. In addition,
this just shows that 25 is a more polished version of 24, because it looked like pretty much the same animations. It's just cleaned up and more effective. That's the real difference of the game. These new moves are more clean than what they tried to do last year.
You get countering as a result. So in
That definitely looked like Luka and Anthony Edwards move they do for the most part of every game. Luka just give you that one step and just shoot. He don't even do much. I want to see what defense is looking like. I don't care about passing. 2K really don't do much with the passing in the game. You get a high rating, you pass it faster velocity. If you got a low rating, you still throw the ball extremely accurate. I wish that if you had a low pass accuracy, you literally fling the ball out of bounds most plays. You make it harder for people to catch it, but none of that be in the game. The higher the pass accuracy, the faster the pass go to the player. That's the most that they do with passing. But let's look at defense and see how they changed it this year.
Blocks are looking good. I'm gonna tell you
good
that
block.
right now. So if you're a rim protector, if you're a lockdown like myself, they're looking good.
Good
Now
block.
Right here, Wemby gonna get 2 blocks.
Good block. That's
on
pretty.
one play. I
That's
was
pretty
using Wemby,
similar.
and I don't think this is too overpowered. People might take this.
Nah, I think that's normal in the game. This ain't even no big deal.
Wembanyama we're talking about. He averaged like over 3 blocks a game last year or some shit, bro. He is insane. He's the best defensive rim protector in the game. Well,
Good
some
block.
people would argue that, but you know what I'm saying? Blocks are good. They should be like this. Anthony Davis getting a block. Now we have a random block from PJ Washington, which I don't think should have happened, and I don't
That's
even
weird.
think 2K would say they should happen. But look, PJ jumped, missed it on.
That's cool as hell. What? If this working like I think it worked, your hand matters where it's at. Cause it's not no predetermined thing. He just had his hand out there and you went up into his hand and it still counted as a block. That's pretty cool.
Missed it on the first one, got him jumping, but he got it on the way down.
That's
It's
pretty
just a
cool.
weird one. Figured I'd throw this in the video because stuff like this does happen. Again, when people's hands hit that ball, it is coming loose. Or if you dribble into people, you know what I'm saying? That ball is going to hit the deck. Now let's talk about interior defense because it matters. Jokic has a very high interior defense. I was trying to back him down. We'll talk more about post scoring in a second, but look at this. Like, interior defense is looking pretty strong. If you have that upgrade on your build,
that
I
looked
think
the
it's gonna
same as
matter
last
more
year.
than ever because look at what we're seeing. Jokic, I believe.
That looked exactly the same as last year. I don't see anything spectacular. It is what it is right there.
And he was unable to just be backed down by Wemby. Look at this. Trace Jackson Davis going to get a stop on Brook Lopez. Interior defense matters. You can't just go up with whatever if you have interior defense upgraded. At least that's what it's looking like. And this, for example, is going in 2K24. I feel like.
Nah, it's not. It really ain't. If you just stand in front of somebody, you make a miss. That's normal.
Basket for 2 points. Now, right here, I mean, I was seeing some small issues with like contests and just perimeter defense, but just some minor stuff. Like, I guess maybe he was on the side or behind him right there, so I can maybe see that going in, but I feel like I got in front. Now right here, I was on Andrew Wiggins, or I was playing with Andrew Wiggins, and I was on Michael Porter Jr. I was like, you know what, let me get up in his face, and I was clamping him. You see on-ball menace popping up in the top right. He finally got by me though.
I hate this, bro. There's no defense in this damn game, or at least this is skill issue. I don't know how to play defense. But what he dealing with is exactly what I go through when I play the game. Let me move my camera. This is exactly what look, there's no bumping animation. I'm just running in place in front of my guy. That's what happens to me half of the time I'm playing defense. You just running at somebody. Like, he is in full sprint into his back and no impact is happening to Michael Porter. This is me every time I play defense and I hate it so much. Right now he gets a bump animation. Bang, that's an actual bump animation. But we back to just sprinting into his shoulder. Why am I able to just sprint into somebody, bro? Where's the contact? Where's the collision? I hate this. And so you just slide off of your matchup. Literally just slid off of him. No bump, no contact. Hate when that happens, bro. It's so hard for me to play defense on 2K because you never bump nobody consistently through the whole time.
Seconds, he got by. I
So
jumped.
annoying.
I guess it was late. And he greened it. So I don't know. That I thought was a little crazy. But Trae Young right here, I was playing with him. You know I like to go crazy with the steals. I like to blitz players, and I go for the blitz. Even blitzing a computer, I feel like it's tough. But stuff like that is in the game, which is good. And right here, this is something that I feel like a lot of y'all aren't going to catch. But Kyrie pushed PJ Washington. So again, just some random like physics things. Like, you can't dribble into people. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? Do what you want. Stuff actually matters when you do it. If a hand hits the ball, it's coming out. It's getting blocked. It's getting stolen. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that I kind of like.
Yeah.
But for example,
Physics.
there, that could be a problem. You can't just run into your teammates and just, you know what I'm saying, run through them, and that stuff matters. So
Yeah, the
people can
physics and
actually
all of
get
that.
in the way, it looks like, this year. I feel like in years past, that really hasn't been a thing. But as far as the defense goes, I like what they did with the blocks, because I feel like the blocks were kind of just weak last year. You didn't really get many blocks, especially chase downs. Interior defense looks strong. I know we've had a lot of problems with post scores, which we're about to talk about in a second, but interior defense, if you do have that on your build, it looks like it's going to matter. Perimeter defense, I didn't really see much. And also on ball steals, I didn't see much. Some people were saying that they looked pretty good. I honestly didn't go for too many of them, because it's kind of hard to steal the ball from a computer. But if I was versing, you know, one of you or just an actual person, I could probably get some steals and really test.
Yeah, well, stealing and defense is the most important part when the game first come out, because everybody shoots 6 for 30 from the field. So defense is literally what makes or break the game. Last year, I put my build with 95 steal. I was averaging 3 steals a game because nobody had the unpluckable badge. When the game first come out, it's best to exploit defense, because then they try to nerf it into the ground later into the year. Oh, there's too many steals happening. I'm getting stripped too much. So when I first make the game, I always make a pure defender so I could just win easy games. It's the easiest way to win games on the park. You just have 99 defense. Nobody got badges to counter it. You get stealing badges faster than you get unpluckable badges. It's so easy to get a 90 Hall of Fame steal before somebody can get Hall of Fame unpluckable. And then when they get Hall of Fame unpluckable, they're still able to be ripped. So that's why I focus on defense builds first. It's funny. But let me know what y'all thought of all this down in the comments.